Hey everybody, it's Simone Morris. How are you? Happy summer, or should I actually say happy fall, because the weather has been shifting and now I feel like it's almost fall. Oh my goodness. What I realized is that my community hasn't seen me live in a while, and I really want to change that. I know you've seen lots of photos of me here and there, and I just had a vacation, which was pretty great. So that's cool. But I want to come here and chat with you and reconnect with you and see what's going on and let you know that I'm alive and well behind the scenes and just hustling a lot. But you know what? I think that vacation is helping me to slow down just a little bit. The reason I've been so busy is because I told you guys, I really, at the beginning of the year, said to myself that 2019 is going to be an epic year. And so I've been doing everything in my power to make it so, because I claimed it, I said it. I think I told you guys that I want 2019 to be an epic year. And so I'm about my business, taking action, just really hustling to make some things happen and investing in myself, investing in my business, doing the work, taking the action, because I know these are the things that are necessary to be successful. So I want to start talking to you more on a regular basis. And one of the things I wanted to say was, my word for today is intentional. Let that sink in. The word of the day is intentional. And the reason that I say it is because I was actually journaling and thinking about what I need to do for the remaining 4 months to make 2019 epic. Now, don't get it twisted. It has been pretty epic already, but I still have big dreams about making it even more so epic. So, as I was writing down what I wanted to do, the word intentional just kept popping up for me. Intentional, 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 intentional. And I actually wrote it down here, where I have in my notebook 4 things that I want to talk to you about. Number 1, you have to be intentional about documenting your goals. What I mean by that is, we've got 4 months left: September, October, November, December. You have got to write down what you want to accomplish in those months. I find that when I write it down, it actually happens. It allows me to be very focused on what needs to happen in those months. So I'm intentional about what's going to happen from the standpoint of what's happening in September, what's happening in October, what's happening in November, what's happening in December. One of the key things that you can do, and I recommend it, is really thinking about areas that you want to focus on. What are the key areas that I want to focus on in my life for the upcoming months? Now, for me, I want to focus on family. What are we doing as a family for September, October, November, and December? The other thing I want to focus on is my business. What are my goals for my business in those remaining 4 months? I also have another key area that I want to focus on, and that's my health. I really want to do a better job of getting back to consistent running, getting to the gym. And so those are areas that I want to focus on for the remaining months of the year. Now, trust me, there's a lot of other areas like professional development, fun, relationships, a lot more that I can focus on. But honestly, I'm going to overwhelm myself if I try to do it all. So I have to hone in. And once I decide on the months, then I'm going to decide on what are the areas that I'm going to focus on. And so for each of the months that you write down, September, October, November, and December, you now go back and write down the different categories. So in my case, there's 3 categories that I want to focus on. What am I going to do for each of those categories in each of those months? So that's the second thing that I would say you need to be intentional about. So document the goals, hone in on the categories that you do want to focus on. The other thing that you need to be intentional about really is taking action. If you don't do nothing, if you don't do anything, excuse my language, if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. So it's great to write it down. And a quick tip for you here in terms of writing it down. I have an iPhone, and that tends to be in my hand an awful lot. So I use my iPhone to document my goals. I go into the notepad and I create, you know, like a Word document, and I create my goals there, and I'm always looking at that because I always have my phone, right? So I want to let you know, though, it's great that you documented it, and it's great to be aware. But if you don't take the action, then it's not going to happen. So I have to take action, and then the next thing after you take the action, you need to track what you're doing. So I go through my list for the month, and I track what's happening. Did I accomplish the goal? For example, one of my goals was to renew my Women Business Enterprise certification because it's up and it needs to be renewed, but there's all these things that I need to do to renew it. So I had that on my list for September, and then I actually broke September down by weeks. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And I'm tracking what's happening in each week, and it just allows me to have a plan. You guys know how I feel about plans because I'm a project manager, and so I need to plan. Trust me, planning works. You got to plan. If you don't plan, it just takes a lot longer to get where you're trying to get to. So you got to be aware, you got to be intentional, you've got to be mindful, you've got to plan, you've got to take action, you've got to track your actions. And the final thing I would say is you've got to celebrate your success. You have got to celebrate that you have done the work and you're seeing the rewards, but you got to celebrate that you did a good job, because if you don't tell yourself that you did a good job, who's going to tell you that you did a good job? So good job, everybody. It's so good to see you. I have missed you. Understand that there's lots on my plate, but I do want to be a helpful resource for you. So if you have questions on how I can help you knock the remaining 4 months out of the year with achieving your goals, please let me know right in the comments. And don't forget that I have the book, Achievement Unlocked, Strategies to Set Goals and Manifest Them. So that's an amazing resource for you. And I want you to know there's something else that I've been thinking about. In the middle of the night when I get up, all these ideas jump into my head. So an idea came up for me that I want to do a master class on how to set goals, achieve goals, track goals, etc. So something I'm thinking about, and you probably will see it in October. I'll probably work on that in October, releasing a master class for the last quarter, because I know that's when you kind of get into your mind 2020 and what you want to have happen in 2020. And I'm here to help you achieve what you want to achieve in 2020. So we need to start thinking about 2020 now. Believe it or not, I actually have started thinking about 2020, and I have a running list of goals that I want to achieve in 2020. I don't know if you've done the same, but start keeping a log of what you want for the coming year, and it'll just make it easier as you go through and set up the process for achieving your goals in 2020. So one of my wins for today is getting Google Chrome to work on my Mac. I have to tell you guys that I have not been doing lives. For some reason, the Google Chrome was not working. And it's just me not being intentional about fixing the problem and tolerating the problem. So today I said to myself, I'm getting this fixed. And since I got it fixed, I'm here talking to you live. So it's been great reconnecting with you. I want to do it a lot more. So hopefully you will see me at least once a week, and we'll keep the conversation going. So let me know what goals you have for the remaining 4 months of the year and how I can help you achieve those goals. Nice to see everybody in the Simone Morris community. Thank you so much for being so supportive. And that's it for today. Hopefully it didn't go through fast, but today kind of feels like Monday to me. Hopefully it didn't go too fast. So enjoy and speak to you soon. Bye for now.